महागणपतिं मनसा स्मरामि महादेवमुदं शिरसा नमामि महागणपतिं मनसा स्मरामि.
So that's Ichha Shakti. All this I say, how you can desire for heaven also without knowing anything about it, without having not seen, and there is no possibility of seeing, no possibility of verification. But all the bunch of people are interested in going to heaven. Think of it. That is because Ichha Shakti, not supported by Jnana Shakti. Jnana Shakti is inhibited. Ichha Shakti is predominant. Jnana Shakti is supposed to be predominant for a human being, a rational being, reasonable person. The Jnana Shakti should be predominant. Ichha Shakti becomes predominant. Jnanam only subserves Ichha. And the Jnana Shakti with Jnanam and Kriya Shakti, you are convinced that this is to be done. Jnana Shakti implies knowledge of dharma also. We will talk about it. Knowledge of dharma. And your Kriya should be working along with Jnana Shakti. And therefore, activities coming from Jnanam predominant will be entirely different. That Ichha, Jnanam, Ichha, Kriya, it will be like that. Then bereft of Jnanam, estranged from Jnanam, your desire, ambition alone is predominant and it doesn't care whether there is dharma or not, you bulldoze your way. Bulldoze your way. So dharma, whatever it is, so many trees cut, so many people were felled, but doesn't matter. From business you finish them, you just bulldoze your way. Like a supermarket. Came to the neighborhood. All the small fellows gone. In India, so many small people. The small people in the sense people with small business. Small something. You buy a head load of tomatoes and sell. Some fruits, oranges, and sell. And for the day, they get something. Like this, so many of them. Supermarket. Slowly they will all be finished. But they have to be given some other alternative. So this big fish eating small fish is a very big modern problem. So, therefore, what I say, the Ichha Shakti, so predominantly bulldozed. When you don't have anything to do with dharma, you follow dharma if it is convenient. You follow dharma if it is convenient. Sometimes dharma pays. And therefore, if it is convenient, I will follow dharma. So that kind of thinking brings about issues, etc. But then you cannot say there is denial of jnanam, there is a denial of faculty to know, there is a denial of the possibility of desiring, there is a denial of the power of doing. You cannot say that. It is given to you, it is given to everybody. So this Shakti Trayam, this threefold Shakti is everybody is given. There is no exception. So how should I condemn myself for what? It's all given to me. Whatever I want to accomplish, I can accomplish. So why should I condemn myself? Then again, I have high connections. Same connections like everybody else has. Even though local connections, you can have, in local connections, you can have differences. I am born of these parents who are not rich. That fellow is born of parents who are rich. They have silver spoon. My parents don't even have a wooden spoon, plastic spoon. And this you can complain. But then finally, parents and grandparents, all of them are from one parent. And who is that parent? Both he and she. There is a parent. And you are not in any way less connected to that parent or than anybody else. The same connection. In fact, your awareness of that connection makes you much more at home being yourself. You don't require to seek better connections and always seeking some connection through which somewhere coming up with this problem won't be there, insecurity won't be there. Whole lifetime we are seeking for a connection of someone who will be infallible. And this is what we say Ishwara. What is Ishwara? We will come to know about Ishwara. And therefore, so there is connection. We are looking for connection. All this I will talk. We are looking for connection. And there is connection. There is infallible. And there is connection to the infallible. And therefore, why we are looking for it, all that I will talk later. Therefore, there is no reason to have any self-loathing, self-dislike. There is no reason. There is every reason to be grateful, thankful for what you have, and there is no reason to be hateful and self-hateful. And therefore, you don't need to demand respect from others. The absence of demanding respect. That's a beautiful expression. The absence of demanding respect means you command respect. Like the rose standing in the bush, it commands respect. Commands, it attracts the eyes. The eyes that are backed by a person who has some space. The person who is always hurried, you will have no leisure to see the flower dancing in the wind. But there is always somebody who is able to see. But the flower doesn't send round any SMS message or any handbill I'm going to bloom tomorrow morning. Please, all of you, come and watch me. It doesn't do any such thing. It just blooms. Those eyes that can see, they see. If the human eyes are backed by a hurried man, hurried person, well, they cannot see. But the honeybees, and there are insects which get attracted and they come and see. Correct? They all see. They don't need any news report. They know. The bloom's there, let's go. Amazing. They all know. It commands respect. So this we have to understand what it is very intimately. And whenever there is a hurt due to others, omission and commission, then we have to see that is it due to monitvam? Is it because I can't handle this situation, absence of respect? I want respect from people. I don't want them to treat me as a doormat. There are more expressions. Nobody treats anybody as a doormat. It's an expression. And along with that expression goes certain agony, certain attitude. I'm not a doormat. Yeah, who told you doormat? Who put you as a doormat? In fact, you can't serve as a doormat. When it is a doormat, so when I put my feet and then scrub my feet, but it doesn't move. If you there and then you will do like me. Therefore, you can't be a doormat. We don't want that word. Don't use that expression. I don't want to be a doormat. There is a thinking inside. I am used as a doormat. It's not true. It's a particular thing. They don't give me the due respect. That also may not be true. But the child's perception was like that. The situation at home also was like that. The child could not perceive anything better. Because of the obtaining situation at home. And therefore, that perception continues. Therefore, we seek respect. And then when we understand that we seek respect, that's because of a need. If you understand that the child's need, and you can respect the child, your own child inside, your own child inside you can respect. So that makes the child and the adult integrated. I have said it in one sentence. It's not one sentence affair. It's a thing. In life one has to, as the feeling comes, one has to embrace the feeling. Feeling is the child. You embrace the feeling. You accept the feeling without twisting it, without struggling with that. Accept the feeling. You have space to accept the feeling. That's what Vedanta is. You discover space within yourself to accept the feeling. So all this becomes possible when we understand Ishwara more. What is Ishwara? Ishwara means, what do you say, God? We say Ishwara. The more we understand Ishwara, the more we can embrace all these feelings. So in understanding of Ishwara alone lies the solution of this preparedness. But it will not happen unless I look into these areas. Therefore, we make it happen, this preparedness, so we can have commanded by taking care of this manitvam, the opposite of amanitvam, adhambitvam, dambha. Damba is projecting oneself other than what one is. Yeah. But what happened to you day first today? I didn't see you. So where were you? You know, there is Sonia Gandhi said word for me. Sonia Gandhi. Why? Because, they are discussing about the next 5-year plan. She wanted me to be on the panel. And so I said, okay, we just went there. We are discussing. So this I went there to the panel meeting. Who are all the constituents and all that we discussed. He is a local economic professor. Local college professor. Lecturer. Then, just then, somebody comes. So, you day for yesterday, you came for the marriage, you didn't stay there at all. The third person comes. No, so now one bluff. You have to cover that bluff. So this is a problem. Truth to remember is only one thing and you need not bother to remember. It has happened and it is with you, you know it. Bluff is, you have to remember whom did you bluff, what way, how you did it, and all that you should remember. This fellow bluffed, that fellow, same subject matter, you have talked about it in 100 different ways. And you tell, you have to remember all that. Then anything new Vedanta comes, then there is no place to enter. The floppy is full. Really. Vesha, Bhasha, Kriya. By Vesha, wear a suit and come and as though you are the person. And then talk, big talk, and then conning people. So talk big. Then Vesha, then Bhasha. So you learn a certain language. Some of those words, there are people who prepare themselves for after dinner talk or dinner table talk. The table talk. So on different topics. And Gita also. If somebody says something, you pitch in nicely. And I like that Sthira Prajna portion. He has never read anything. Sthira Prajna, that particular word he knows. And I love this Sthira Prajna portion. It's wonderful. Very nice. They all get impressed. still a pregnant. So you have adequate number of words about that particular topic and then use them nicely, and then people all think that you know Bhagavad Gita and such a. There are a number of people going around like that. They think they are impressing people. In fact, they are presenting themselves in a way that is not true to themselves. So they are perceived wrongly. But they were made to perceive wrongly by this fellow. People perceive you wrongly. It is their problem. But now they are made to perceive you wrongly. That is because of a little pressure. Pressure to be different from what you are. So you can be without that pressure. You can try to become, that's what everybody is doing. So you can try to be a little different from what you are by your own efforts, by certain changes you bring about in your life. That's all empirically true. But that is different from this. So, Vesha, Bhasha, Kriya, and Chaturya, some kind of a skill you show. Chaturya, so Mahatva Prakatanam. You declare yourself to be such a glorious person. This is all not true. There was one Reverend Benjamin or some Reverend, and he's a Christian father. He was the principal of St. Stephen College or something, a school or something in Bombay. So the rule of the school is the principal of the school should be a PhD. And he presented himself as a PhD. Then, what is your PhD? Some question came later. What is your PhD? He was appointed. And then, what is a PhD? He says PhD in theology, doctorate in theology. Where did he get doctorate in theology? In Agricultural College, Coimbatore. PhD in theology means there should be a limit for bluff, you know. There should be a limit for bluff. Anavishyan. This is all useless. And it's a paper news. A waste of, so three columns, 6 inches or more than that, all wasted for this news. Everybody reads Reverend Father, bluff. PhD in theology. Hey, you can't even get one simple thing in theology में क्या PhD करने का क्या है उसमें? What is it? It's a set of beliefs. So what is theology? PhD in theology And that too in agricultural college. It was very funny. Yesterday I was reading this. And he was asked to go. So, this is what we say, damba. There's one Swami who is going around now. And he would say, if you say something about, Swamiji, where are you from? I come from Rishikesh now. First time I was in Rishikesh, in the Himalayas. And the Himalayas, when I was wandering in Himalayas, I was in Rishikesh. I had met this Swami, that Swami and all that. He will say, and he will just laughingly will tell all this, smilingly. Nonchalant bluffer. When the bubble will break, we don't know. Now it's so very big. So that bubble will definitely burst. It's a bubble. Yeah, bubble. We all know it very well. This is what called damba. And one is cheating oneself. One should face one's reality and then try to organize oneself properly. What is the use of cheating people? Therefore, dambaha asya stiti dambi tasya bhavaha dambitvam tada bhavaha adambitvam. First you make dambi and afterward dambitvam, then the absence of dambitvam, adambitvam. So many problems can be avoided. This generally is easy. This is all more in the society. And in the gurus, because they are from the society. But they are not there with mumukshus. Those who want to know, with them this problem won't be there. Manitvam will be there, dambitvam won't be there. Because they are honest seekers, and therefore dambitvam will be there. Dambitvam can be there with gurus, self-appointed gurus. Dambitvam can be there. You should respect that. Because they are not seekers. They are exploiting the seekers. And therefore, among the disciples, there will be no dambitvam. Unless there are disciples to become gurus. So, from the beginning it is dambitvam. But the honest seeker, they don't have dambitvam. That's the truth. But to know, it's good to know. Dambitvam, ahimsa, shanti, arjavam, acharya upasanam, shaucham, stairyam, atma vinigraha. All these words. So, these are all words of that one word, jnanam. We are dealing with one word only. Jnanam, etat jnanamiti proktam, ajnanam yadatonyata. In only half a verse it is. I said I will talk on one verse. I am talking only half a verse. Jnanam. One word really speak. They are all words whose meaning constitutes jnanam. Therefore, so all these words we have to look into one by one.
Mahaganapatin manasa smarami Mahadeva mudam shirasa namami Mahaganapatin manasa smarami.
Bharata Desha Hitaya Kuru Sevam Tum Kuru Sevam Tum Kuru Sevam Tum Kuru Sevam.